trying to look too, but I'm really close.
That's good.
People stand over my shoulders.
How you doing back there, Olivia?
Great.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
All right. How are you? Fun. All of your trips you took this summer. You went to Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, I did.
Great Facebook posts. Yeah, I did enjoy all your travels. Okay, here we go. How many times does Dorothy need to click her heels to get home?
3 times.
You got it. If you could be invisible for one day, what would you do and why?
Ooh.
That's Josh wanted that question. Now, if you could be invisible for one day, what would you do and why? What did I ask? Yeah.
I probably take something to lotto. Like I want to take scratch-off tickets and I don't know, just something where I can just sneak around, and just take something.
And like get a lot of money?
Yeah. Just to stay hidden, like you can't see me.
Right. Would you go spy on people?
No, I mean, I feel like I can do that normally. Like if I just, because then it won't be fun, you know. Because if I'm, you know,
invisible, there's no challenge.
There's no challenge. Just walk up and spy.
Was there anybody's office you'd want to go into?
A bank. I don't. It's not about money. Because if it's if I'm invisible, it's easier to get into a bank.
Yeah.
It just sounds awful.
It would be fun though, wouldn't it? I love it. I love it.
It's cool.
If you could spend a day with a famous person, who would it be? And what 2 questions would you ask them?
Be Robin Williams, and I'd ask him, how did you make the transition from school at Juilliard to your professional career? Which is some of that was stand-up.
Most of it was stand-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be friends. Just gonna be friends with him.
You would ask him, will you be my friend?
Yeah.
I would like to know how he responds to that. I love that. Who invented the polio vaccine?
Jonas Salk.
You're a smart kid. All right.
1865?
I don't know. It's the 19th century, though. I think. I mean, no, that would be the 20th century, right? If you could change one aspect of your parents' behavior, and it's mostly them together, what would you change? I guess it'd be just sort of, they say the same thing, but they are each kind of like, one is right and the other one's wrong. That's not really the case. You know, I would love for them to just interact like they're both saying the same thing, just saying it differently. Does it make it feel like they're trying to compete with each other? Oh, and so the ensuing behavior between them causes a rift, conflict. Who usually wins?
My dad, just because my mom just gets it. But the thing is, when she's right, she doesn't hold it over my dad. But my dad will kind of do that.
Yeah.
But my mom won't.
Yeah. Is he I told you so type?
I think I took my sarcasm from him.
Yeah.
Because he can be very sarcastic, and I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not all the time.
Sure.
It's just like little glimpses where I've seen it so many times. I don't know if mom just lets it roll off or but.
Make you feel protective of your mother? Yeah. If you only had 24 hours to live, what would you be doing right now?
I would give my money to my nieces and nephews, but then I would get in my car, I would go to like a big city, New York or something, and just like have drinks and just like spend, like I'll keep some money for myself, and just spend that money, and just have a good day.
Would you be by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because I don't want to spend it with just new people, just strangers. And I call my family because I love. I'm assuming I'm dying.
Yes, you are dying. You have one day, 24 hours, and then you're deader than a doornail.
And
hit by a bus, bam, gone. I assured my mother that I'm not going to come back as a spirit and try to contact her. Like, she's not a big spiritual one. Like, well, for whatever reason, I just want to make sure, like, I'm not going to
come back and haunt you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do that. I'm dead.
No ghost roll.
No.
Okay.
I'd be a terrible ghost.
You would.
I wouldn't know what to do. And I ended up scaring people for no reason.
Well, that's what they do. But that's what they do.
Yeah.
If you found a wallet with $1,000 in it, what would you do with it?
But I checked if there's an ID in it. I really would.
Yeah.
Because that's happened before. I found a wallet, had like credit card in it or whatever. There was an ID. So I was like, yeah, I turned it into whoever it was.
Yeah.
If there was no ID, then I'd say there was a missing wallet.
I love how your logic just switched that around.
Well, yeah, if there's no ID in it, I'd say there's a wallet missing.
Right.
And then I know people would contact me and be like, oh, it's my wallet. How much money is it? Well, then that's your fault. It's not your wallet.
That's right. Yeah, unless they got the exact number. I see. If you were abducted by aliens, who would you tell in this class, and why did you pick them?
Damn. Kyle, Rach.
Why?
He would take it very lightly. He'd be like, okay, what happened? Like he wouldn't
judge you?
Yeah, he wouldn't
judge you.
Me. So just tell him, and he had to just explain it very carefully. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe do. Okay.
He would accept you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Describe your most embarrassing moment since you've been here at BCU. Josh just seems to know what it is.
Well, you know. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what he's talking about?
I think so.
It was
so?
Tony's party.
We have those who seem to know and those who don't.
It was a mess. It was terrible. I thought I had a high alcohol tolerance.
We all do. We all think we do.
No, but this, I feel the thermos. Half of vodka, half of rum, straight.
Together?
Yeah.
Why?
I was stupid. I was stupid. Yeah, and then, well, actually, no. I did that, and then before I left, I said, no, this is stupid. So I put it in a different container. I figure I'll use that to mix. I'll mix it with something later. You put
rum and vodka?
Yeah, you put rum in. You put something with rum, something with vodka. You use it for later drinks. Not the whole thing.
Okay.
So I just put vodka.
All right.
And I'm at the party, having a couple sips of vodka, whatever, and it's all fun. And then I'm looking at the counter. I think Kyle's living. Is it Kyle? Kyle, were you living in the warehouse? No, you brought it. I think you brought the rum. You brought the rum. I'm pretty sure. I was drunk. I don't know. So the rum was on the table, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I have in here, and they said it was free, so I can put it in. So I mixed rum and vodka again without knowing, because I thought it was just rum in the container. Oh man! And then I went to Oz. Like it hit me, and I sat down. I was like, oh, I gotta close my eyes. And then apparently, from what Josh and Brian were telling me, they were like, dude, you were there for like 2 hours. And I was like, no, I was there for like 10 minutes. You were sitting there for 2 hours. And I would just, I looked, I didn't want to open my eyes because I would just throw up. So there was a bin, and like I looked over it. It was like I knew it was there. It was a pot. It was a pot. I sat there. And stayed there.
Just periodically.
And then Cassie and Dylan, who I haven't seen like that whole time. Like when I was closed, they're like, hey, is that you? I'm like, Cassie and Dylan? Is that you? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in Oz right now. I didn't know you guys were there.
Did you cry?
No, I did.
Yeah.
And then Josh and I think Tony and Brian, like they dragged me up the stairs. And Sarah Stepan gave me like this trash can to like vomit. I was like apologetic. I was like, I'm sorry, because I hate when people get too drunk with this stuff. And I was like,
we all
tasted
have that moment. How did you feel the next day?
Awful. We wanted to go to the village, so I was like, I had that stuffy headache thing, and I never had a hangover before. So like a stuffy head, and like started feeling nauseous, and I wanted to go to the village, and it took like an hour and a half or so. So I was hungry, and then I felt nauseous, like, oh, I'm gonna vomit again, I can't do this again. Thankfully, I didn't. I had a lot of orange juice, and I never mixed after that.
Yeah. Good thing to learn. What do people in China call their good plates?
Made in Japan.
Yes. China.
I know.
China.
That was cool.
Cool. All right, hang out. Nate. Nate guy. Come on over here to look at. Now, we have to remember, and those of you who have facial hair, try to find some time during the semester where you cut it off. If you can do that, so you can see the way you are on camera without it, okay? I don't know if you're at a show or something like that, that's one thing, but it's a good idea to put out, and if you haven't got any, put some on just to see what it's like. It takes a second to cut it off. But unless you've got to have it for a roll or something like that. But it's nice to just see what you look like. Are you in Greece?
No.
You're not. Okay. So can you cut yours sometime this semester if you're not using it or something? Yeah, I think you should because you're very different. You're much older when you have it. It gives you a very different air. Okay. So just remember when you see this, that you have to take into consideration that you've got this cool goatee thing going. Which looks really nice on you. I like it on you. But it's especially effective. If we could have a little close-up, Olivia. It just makes you older. Makes you come off a lot older. You are got lots of great ethnic looks. Greek, Italian, Puerto Rican, Mexican. Look at the camera. Did I say Italian? Yeah. Let's see. Irish. No, see Irish or something. He's got the right color for it. Maybe without the goatee, you might look a little Irish, maybe. These are all of your Russian, British, Cockney.
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern, yeah. Here's all of your dialects. Here's all the accents. And if you've got these in your pocket, that would be really beneficial for you that you could pull off. And I think various states of facial hair influences that too. So you've got a lot of different guys in different ethnicities. I can't say that word today. But so much of it may be around what facial hair you've got. You know? And that's a wonderful palette of characters there that are available to you. It's a little hard to see how young or old you really look because you do look older with the goatee that you've got right now. There were a couple of moments in there when he was that Pesci side you are so into. That Pesci, don't fuck with me, I'm going to shoot you in the foot thing like Goodfellas. Yeah. I could see that don't mess with me guy. Pissed off short guy, complex dudes. You know what they're like. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a very specific type of guy with a hot temper. Those are great parts. You were born for Scorsese movies. Yeah, I know. You're right. Yeah. Very different when he smiles, but you are a heavy. He's heavy. He's a heavy character, and especially when you've got the facial hair. Comments, John?
I also do dark comedy film.
Dark comedy. Yeah.
I'm very
But it is a heavy humor. Yeah.
You're very comfortable in your skin. You just feel like I laughed at it. You know, like you just felt so like, yeah, this is who I am.
You felt pretty. You seem these.
You know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody else?
The way he talked about some different experiences, you could see he was taking in what was being said to him, or he was processing what he was going to say. And I said he could be the lover that gets left. Like he gets told by his wife that she wants a divorce, and he just takes it in calmly.
I could see him as like the guy trying to cheer up the main character, like the buddy that's like, come on, let's go out and drink, let's have fun tonight, screw her.
Cool. Best bud.
Yeah, I had best friend, and I could imagine him and Kyle Cornell like being like Drake and Josh.